We're in BandLab again today, and I'm going to show you a different way of recording music in BandLab using your mouse or your trackpad. So first of all, I will open the assignment by clicking Start Assignment and choose Teacher's Assignment. But you know, if that link doesn't work like it didn't work previous lessons, go up to your folder up here and go just open the mix editor and make a personal project so that you can still do the work. Okay. It will open up like this, asking me what new track I want to put on there, and we're always going for the one on the left that says Instruments, and it will immediately pop up with a piano, and the assignment is on the right hand side, and you've got the notation, which I've already got open, and you've got a short version of the Darth Vader theme to listen to for comparison if you need to. But I'm going to close that assignment brief so that my screen is bigger. Now, we're not using this piano today. We're going to, if you look at the bottom of your screen, not use instrument, not FX effects, but MIDI editor. Okay, and it opens it up, and the first thing that really strikes you is that you've got a keyboard on its side. Okay, and then you've got these three buttons up here. You've got an arrow, a pencil tool, and a V. We're going to ignore V, which is for velocity today, and we're going to concentrate on going between the arrow and the pencil tool. Right? Now, to help me, I'm going to change the orientation of my handout so that these keys here are the same way round as these keys here, because it's going to help me to find my notes. These are labelled, so C, which is here, to the left of the two black keys, is labelled C2, C3, 4, 5 and 6. So the higher the number, the higher the pitch, the higher the octave. But none of the other pitches are labelled on the keyboard. Okay. Now, if we have a look at this melody line here, we know that we have to play 3 crotchet Gs in the first bar. Okay. So I am going to use my pencil tool, and I'm going to find G on this diagram of a keyboard and then put it in my MIDI editor. Look for 3 black keys together. As if you notice, they're always in groups of 2s and 3s going up as they repeat. And you need to find G, which is in between the bottom 2 of those 3 black notes. So if I look over here, this is a G, although it's a bit high for what I want. This G here will do me, okay? And the grid is in dark grey lines and light grey lines. And the light grey lines are the white notes on the keyboard, and the dark grey lines are the black notes on the keyboard. So I think I need this light grey line here, okay? Go back to my arrow tool. Yeah, they sound the same, so I've put it in the right place. Now, the next thing with click input is that once you've found where your pitch is going, you then need to immediately adjust your rhythm before you put your second note in. So I need to make this last for 1 full beat, because we know that crotchets last for 1 full beat. And I'm going to know how long that is by looking at the top here where we've got these numbers. 1 means bar 1, beat 1, the beginning. 1.2 means bar 1, beat 2. 1.3 means bar 1, beat 3. 1.4 means bar 1, beat 4. 2 means bar 2, beat 1. 2.2 means bar 2, beat 2. 2.3 means bar 2, beat 3. 2.4 means bar 2, beat 4, and so on. Okay, so if I come back to the very beginning, we've put in this crotchet G. I need to put in 2 more crotchet Gs. So I'm going to put my playhead there on 1.2, and I need to duplicate that note. So I'm going to go to my pencil tool, and I'm going to click next to it. Okay, and then I'm going to move over to beat 3, and I have now got 3 crotchet Gs in. Okay, so that's my first 3 notes here. The next one is an E flat. Now, we said that we weren't using the white E note, we're using this black E flat note. So I'm now looking for a pair of black notes, and I want the top one of the 2, which would be here. So I need to go onto this note here. There we go. But we know, we learned about the dot rule. dotted quavers last lesson, and we know that we need to split this down a bit. So using my magnifying glass over here, I'm going to zoom in a little. And you might not be able to see this on the board very well, but on your screens, if you play this video back, you will be able to see that there are very pale, thin lines going down and across to help you orientate where you are. And we said that a dotted quaver was worth 3/4 of a beat. So when my beat 4 on my screen is split into 4 columns going down, that means that this note needs to last for 3 of those 4 columns, doesn't it? And the final one, the B flat, which was a semi-quaver worth 1/4 of a beat, needs to fill up the final quarter. Okay, so I get my edit tool, my pencil, and I look for B flat. Now B flat is not the white note here, but the black note. So looking for a group of 3 black notes, and we want the top black note, right, which is here. And that's come in far too long. So I go back to my arrow key, I make it 1 block long, and I put it at the very end of beat 4. So I should have, okay, I've got my first bar. Now I need to get in these last 4 notes to finish off bar 2. And I'm going to go back to my pencil tool. And I know that I'm just going back to this G. And we worked that out last lesson, didn't we? Okay, but because I've put in a shorter note value, it's going to bring it in as a shorter note value, and I have to go back to my arrow tool and make it a full crotchet beat. And then we've got our dotted rhythm. Now we could, those of you who are a bit more savvy with computers, you could just click and highlight those 2 notes like that and go to edit. Oh no, hey up, there's not a copy function. Is there? There is a copy function, but only on the shortcuts. So it's brought in all of these notes, and I don't want all of those notes. So let's not do that. Let's put them in again. So we're going to just copy and paste those individual notes. So click on it, copy, and then paste it in. And then this final note is a 2-beat note, and so I need to extend it. Yeah, so that goes all the way up to the beginning of bar 3. Like that. And, you know, I think 120 is a bit high as a BPM, so I'm going to bring that down to 100. Oh, what have I done there? I've managed to delete something. There we go. Okay, and then that's it. And carry on then with bars 3 and 4. And don't forget your repeat. Off you go.